Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Force Lines Forever. Today I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing New Roxas map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 in the southwest and ending with Team 2 in the northeast. Starting off with Team 1 southern player, and then going southward we have in Tropical Ocean Blue, it is Kramer. He is a Cybran as an 1100. To his south in Imperial Gray, it's Tensi as a Seraphim as an 1800. In Royal Blue, in the backline here for Team 1, it is Hama Tocha? Mahatocha? I no idea if I'm saying that name right. Apologies. If I'm not, it's going to be Haha for short. He is a UEF as a 1500. To his west, we have in Forest Green is Forkotia as a Cybran. He is a 2000 rated player, the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. And in Rust, to his southeast is I can never pronounce that name. It is Kaleo UEF as an 1100. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 2 UEF, 2 Cybrans, 1 Seraphim. Team 1 lacks the Aeon faction. Starting off with Team 2 southern point, then going our way northward this time, we have in Light Oak Tan, Team 2's Babel. He is the one and only Aeon of the match here as a 1400. In Chevy Crimson to his north, we have the player of Playing 33. He is a UEF as a 1600. In Ruby Red to his west, we have Cunning Fox as a Seraphim. Blending in with his environment, he is an 1800, the highest rated player on Team 2. In Stitch Blue to his east is Loki as a Cybran. He is a 1500. And running out Team 2's lineup in the west here, we have in Regal Purple, it is Double Dealer. He is a, again, Cybran as a 1200. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 2 Cybrans, 1 Aeon, 1 Seraphim, 1 UEF. Team 2 has all the factions. Team 1 is lacking only the Aeon faction. And for these 10 players on the map, let's take a look at the Rukum situation. Currently sitting at a 4,300 mass. Not really worth writing home about. There is a decent clump of mass here in the north and in the south. Around that kind of lone peaks there. Not really a whole lot of mass in Reclaim, and the mass on the map in terms of mexes is not super great. Players do start with, I think it's 4 mexes in the main base. Actually, no, it's 5 mexes in the main base. Apologies. Well, you know, a little bit more than the standard 4. There is a couple of sets of mexes in the back line, specifically talking about Team 1, 6-star mex and another 6-star mex. So that's a little bit of mass, very much secure. There's a 5-star mex position right east here for Kaleo. Again, still don't say, I think I'm saying his name right. And then Twin Mex over here north of him. And on the northern side, really just 1 random Mex up there. And that's really about it. So especially the mid and northern players for Team 1, not really a lot of mass going around. So it's going to be very much focused on efficiency, and more efficiency. We see in the north, it's looking like a 1v1, possible 2v1 in favor of Team 1. On the northern side, very much a wide open space. Of course, southeast, similar situation. Of course, units can traverse the middle of the map. It's not an entirely flat map as seen, but it's pretty darn close. And we do see some action happening on the southern side of the map against a couple of units inbound from Babel's little frontline Team 1 land facility for Kotia on the front lines, trying to push that back. In the middle, again, like I said, very open, nothing really going on there. Maybe a 1v1? Not really clear one way or the other that way. But in the south, we see 2 players from Team 1, 2 players from Team 2, and a 3rd one and possible 4th one inbound. Oh, sorry, no. This is Team 1's player. Never mind. There are 3 players for Team 1. I was like, wait, that math doesn't make sense. And 3 players for Team 2. We haven't seen any com action as of yet, but I surmise it's going to be here shortly. Team 1 wall sections, or just wall sections in general, being established here for Kotia, trying to break off and force Team 2's units to go more northward instead of just straight down southward. To either cut off his retreat or cut off any sort of reinforcing forces from him He wants to make sure he has either an avenue of escape or just a way to keep those supply lines online. It does look like Team 2's Loki is pushing northward, though, so it is going to be a 1v2 in favor of Team 2, with Tensi kind of just sitting right here for now. And that wall section is just drawn all the way to the north. So trying to really mess with those pathfinding units. We see Kramer being assaulted by a decent amount of T1 forces. And this shouldn't be enough to kill him. Overcharges, of course, is going to help, especially with that gun upgrade. It's just going to give him veterancy. It will drop him into the yellow, but that's going to be pretty much as far as Team 2's double dealer will be able to drop him in terms of hit points. In the eastern side here, we do see Khalil pushing forward, not necessarily in the middle, but essentially right along that line. So it's pretty much a 50-50 in terms of map control. Again, 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes in, map control not an issue by any means. We do see a couple of skirmishers up in the northwest here, but Team 1 is going to win that fight. Nothing really of strategic value at all in this corner of the map. Essentially, this is just dead space. So it's not really worth going after. There's one max, and it's right there at the opening. So all that northern side nonsense is not really great. There is a lot of space to spread out for our players, being almost a 20-by-20. But there's really not a lot of geographical constraints as well. So it does make things more of a Sim City, very much flourishing environment would be the way that I'd probably put that. In the east, possible Conv-Econ. Babel has speed/range on board. Khalil has no upgrade, so he has the advantage there. And Fokotia going for an upgrade to the west, most likely gun. And we do see playing 33 has T2 Cunning Fox going for a little bit of reclaim. But look at those wall sections going to be established by Team 1. Just the everywhere for him. We do see some units just brazenly go across the middle here from Team 2's Double Deer, going after a couple of facilities for Tensi and trying to break into, looks like, Kramer's position. They are just holding position for now, but they are continuing to push in. No T2 land as of yet from Team 1, except it's almost done for Kramer, or at least for him. T2 land is online. And T3 air, 11 minutes on the clock here. Team 1 has T3 air. Team 2 also does, so it's, I guess, kind of to be expected. It is almost 11 minutes, to be fair, and those players really haven't been doing a whole lot in terms of building land units, so it definitely would make sense. In the south, still really no com-on-com action as of yet, so I expected to see it down here at some point, but it does look like in the north, Kramer is continuing to push in and getting pretty close to double dealer's position. Again, he's being not super aggressive, but it's a little bit worrisome. If he had stealth on board, I think it'd be a little bit better, because those tentacle cannons are going to open up on him immediately. And it's going to pretty much drive him back. We do see that Luke, not Loki, if I can speak correctly, moving along the western, northern side of the map to the western edge. Kind of just hanging out up there. Missile outbound from Team 2 going after mexes. These are only T1s, but, you know, T2 mass a second times 5 in this case is 10 mass a second. That can make a small difference. Couple of Mongi's down the middle here from Team 2's playing 33. Prokotia on an upgrade going for Nano. And that mech will be taken out here shortly. We do see in the east, Khalil has taken some shots from Babel. And we do see Haha pushing in. And Babel is not going to be outnumbered. But in terms of comms, we do see Babel shifting eastward. So it is going to be just a 1v1. And Haha not in range, it looks like. Well, he is. He just doesn't see him, I guess. This is what Team 2 can see, and this is what Team 1 can see. So he's barely out of range, but that upgrade should give him enough to hit him. I just think he's just not in visual contact range. But Haha is dropping decently quickly, considering it's essentially the same upgrades, except one is split and one is not. We do see Khalil saying, essentially, hey, I need some reinforcements, and Babel is going to start retreating, noticing the forces inbound from Team 1's players. Oh, missile almost hits Haha, almost kills him off. Nice attempt there by playing 33 for going for the first kill of the game. Would have been a nice snipe and assist. Doesn't get it, but it will keep Team 1 on their toes. Another missile outbound. Hits Khalil. That's got to hurt. And with 2 players here from Team 2, that is most likely going to be a kill here for them. And both those comms do have gun upgrades, or upgrades, I should say. Trying to enunciate the S because there's upgrade and upgrades. Again, missile, T2, and gun. So playing 33 could afford to play a little bit more with those hit points. Missile goes east, but it does cost Kaleo to veer off course a little bit. There are some Mongeese in this mix, but nothing too crazy. Fokotia coming in with gun and nano. All those forces from Team 2's Babel are grouping together. Again, a nice little overcharge. A couple of times we'll take out a lot of those Aurora. Kaleo does get out of range. Haha is back. He's back up to almost 50% of those hit points. And it looks like now Fokotia getting into it with Babel. And there goes Team 1's player of... Ooh, Kaleo being defeated by Playing 33's missile. Just shot that out of the side of his comm and said, nope, see ya, boy. And with that, it is now a 5v4. And Haha pushed forward. And Playing 33's right here. He will get any shield coverage. The shield will be very nice to keep him healthy for a little bit longer. Playing 33 is dropping, but he might have enough hit points to at least kill the comm off of Haha. And that parashield is about to go down. It's only going to take a couple more shots to kill off Haha's comm. Playing 33 at 6,000 hit points. And Haha at 100. One shot. There he goes. Double kill here for Team 2's Playing 33. But unfortunately for him, that wall section is not going to be helpful. And there he goes. Ooh. So a 2v1 trade. And it is now a 3v4 in favor of Team 2. So 30% of the players have been eliminated so far. And Fokotia will gain a huge chunk of Team 1's eco, currently sitting at almost 400 mass per second. Might as well give a base over to Tensi or somebody else, maybe Kramer, to help assist. He's not doing super well. He's only at 43 hit points, not 43 hit points, but 43 mass per second. So he's not doing super well in terms of the eco situation. Team 1 is still leading overall, so it's mainly, of course, being driven by Fokotia now. T3 gunships online in the whaler department. Looks like they're going to go after Fokotia's comm. And it looks like they're going to be undeterred. There is a nice bouncer nearby, which will definitely help protect that comm. Fokotia is dropping not super quickly. Bouncer will kill off the first gunship. Second gunship is inbound. We'll take out that bouncer. But again, one ASF. Is this the hero ASF? No, it is not. Fokotia is still under fire. And it could be a third kill. There's another ASF inbound. Ooh, the ASF's from Team 2. Don't grab it. Oh, that's unfortunate. And there is some AA being built nearby. That ASF does get hit. Oh, Whaler is still alive, but not doing super well. It looks like the Whaler does get eventually taken out. And we'll save the comm for now. There was another Whaler, but it looks like it's just going to be brought back to base. Fokotia dropped to a little under 7,000 of his 14,000 hit points. So it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. And with that, look at just the huge chunk of territory that he has to essentially handle. Team 1 is going to play highly defensive in this game, considering the fact that they have a lot of ground to cover, and it's just going to be kind of a mess to deal with that frustration, exhaustion. All of the not good things in this game are going to just really pound on Team 1. Team 2, of course, is down one player, so they're not out of the runnings in terms of getting exhaustion being set in, but it's not as bad as having air and land to deal with, rather than Team 2 kind of just, okay, another land player has more land facilities and mexes. That's not a big deal versus land and air. But again, he is a 2,000 rated player, so he'll probably strut his stuff and demonstrate why he is a 2,000 rated player in this game. Kramer going for a gun on board. He already has gun. Going for a frontline facility. Maybe he'll go for stealth, I would assume, at this point. Team 2's double dealer has pushed in, grabbed some Cerberus PD. He's like, this is my hydrocarbon, go away, and just said, see you, bye. We do see in the north a large group of T1 forces, a couple of T2 stacked up in there, but these are mainly T2s from Kramer, so going for more tech versus more spam. There is an advantage to both. Depends on the DPS and the just annoyingness it takes to deal with those T1 units. But I feel like that amount of Team 1 units is definitely worth it. There are some reinforcements inbound from Tennessee, and there's also some lightning tanks mixed in, which can target ground units at a closer range, but can attack them, and there is an Otham. Kramer, unfortunately, is not going to feel super well. There's a couple of rhinos, as I said. There's a couple more inbound. Kramer does have gun, so that will help him too with those tanks, but needs to get some overcharge soon. Does sit almost at 4 stars, to be fair. So he'll get that pretty much with his couple of next kills here. There is an Otham in the mixer for Tennessee. He's trying to help out the northern side. Team 1 has been pushed back a decent amount. Again, to be fair, though, the northwestern side and southeastern side are kind of just devoid of the everything in terms of strategic resources. So it's more, again, no man's land, not dead man, but no man's land, not really worth really even going after, and just dead space at that point. We see in the east, Cunning Fox being hit by a decent amount of brick and missile and pillar fire. So mixing the text Percy online here for Cunning Fox. So again, he's also mixing in the technology. That's going to possibly prompt the attack. There are more Percys inbound to assist the comm of Cunning Fox, which will win that fight for Team 2. So that's not going to be great for those bricks. But, you know, he can't see everything. He's running around trying to do as much as he can and stop the bleeding and keep Team 1 as a patient alive and not dead. We do see 20 minutes on the clock. Team 1, 890. Almost 1,000 actually. Team 2 at 815. So Team 1 is in the lead considerably. We'll see if they'll able to keep the lead. Again, more APM usually means better management, usually on mass extractors in terms of upgrades, in terms of mass fabs, in terms of the everything. But having more mass at the start does mean you can scale incredibly quickly, because you can just spam T3 upgrades, T2 upgrades just very, very fast. So it just, again, it all depends on how the eco is used, not necessarily who is using it. Because, again, 1,000 could play like a 2,000, and 2,000 could play like 1,000. So there's really no rhyme or reason. But usually, the higher is the skill level, the better the player is. Usually, not always, but usually. Couple of missiles outbound, or is that artillery? That is artillery inbound from Prokotia going for those demolishers. We see he has fallen back. Definitely don't blame him. There's 2 comms pushing on this eastern side. He needs to get a solid defensible front, get those Ravagers online. Does have a Monkey Lord, so that's definitely going to help. Going for Crab all day. Going to be building those for the next 40 minutes or 30 minutes. And he's getting his T3 mexes online as well. Again, those upgraded incredibly quickly with all those engineers supporting him. And, of course, all available mass that he probably doesn't have because he's spending it all. He's doing his best to keep it just kind of barely negative, barely positive sort of thing. Does need more power, though. And he's fixing that as we speak. And we do see Percy stacked up as well with some Titans in there. I would love to see some bricks because he does have Cybran and UBF forces at his disposal. But, you know, there's only so much that he can do. Some conversation in chat between Tennessee and Haha. Don't know what that says because that's in Russian. But that says something about something, I would assume. Northern side of the map, again, devoid of just any sort of action. Western side for Team 1, I mean, there are some forces stacking up, but again, Team 1's playing highly defensive. They do not want any sort of collapse. If a collapse happens on this western side, that's not game over, but it's pretty darn close, because Fakotia would be essentially, let's say 1 player on Team 1 dies. That's a 2v4. Not great odds. It's just going to be a small little ball of shields, PD, and whatever else they can scrounge together to just keep death at bay. Spy planes over top from the air player to get a view on what Team 1 is up to from Team 2's perspective. Monkey, of course, has pushed the everything back from Team 2. Babel over here does have shield and advanced range on board. Only has the basic one. But again, the basic one alone, 8,000 additional hit points base. Very nice. Aeons do not get nano, so that's better than nothing. We do see some gunships inbound, but I don't... they'll kill one of the gunships off, I think. Oh, it's actually a Titan out, a Bouncer, or Redeemer, or... What's the other one? Redeemer, Bouncer, Cougar, and I forget what the Lightning Tank. Yeah, airfight over the top here from Team 1 and Team 2. Secondary air player online for Cunning Fox. His ASS will help a little bit. It's going to be close. It looks like Team 1's going to take it. Maybe. Oh, we did see the Air Forces from Loki kind of pull out a little bit, try to get a better turn, but it just doesn't work super great. There is some AA underneath for Team 2. But given the fact that, again, there's 2 air players for Team 2, 1 for Team 1. Team 1 pulls out ahead just barely at maybe a dozen or so ASFs, so nowhere near air control for Team 1. But, it's nice to have a little bit of an advantage. And, of course, those guns are going to be held in reserve and not used at the current moment, so that's just a win regardless. We do see Kramer online with a decent amount of units surrounding him, decent amount of bangers, too. Wants to make sure he's not sniped by those gunships from Team 2. Definitely a smart play there. We see in the East, Babel is slowly being pushed back by T3 mobile artillery. Again, he's trying to keep those T2 shields online. He's going for an upgrade. I would assume he's going for a shield heavy because he didn't get rid of any other upgrades, so that would be the only way that would do that. Because I think, if I remember correctly, that's how that works. In order to upgrade something else on that, left, right, or middle, you have to essentially remove the upgrade, shed it would be a way to put it, and then put the new upgrade on, or upgrade it, or build it, whatever the nomenclature is. I think it's build it would be the better way to put it. I'm surprised that Team 1's Fukotia doesn't have a. Okay, I was gonna say the crab isn't online now, but it is. He's gonna take a minute to catch up to that. Definitely should probably wait a little bit longer to push. This is like Babel's getting a little bit more forces from Cunning Fox. He's just trying to prep for the counterattack on that Monkey Lord. Monkey Lord still getting shot at by a couple of whalers. There's a couple of Cougars and whatnot over here in this mix, but only one isn't really enough. And we do see the ASFs are back for another fight. Just cannot let that go. Seems like they really want that Monkey Lord to be dead. But again, once they kill the Monkey Lord, it's going to get reclaimed by Team 1, and that crab is just going to replace it. And it's kind of not a worse situation for Team 2. But it's not great, but Team 2 now wins that air fight, mostly due to just the spam building that Team 2 did to get that fight. Team 1 bombers are overhead just to help out. Monkey Lord is in full retreat. Don't blame him. Decent amount of reclaim underneath. Currently, that's a lot more than I thought there would be. 4,000 mass. We started with 4,000, so that's definitely a nice little uptake there. But again, no real issues or concerns. If the Monkey Lord was dead, that'd be a different concern. But speaking of which, I think it has 8,000 hit points left. 2 gunships remain. ASF's now inbound from Fukotia. It takes out one of them, and then the AA is going to take out the other one. So it does save the Monkey Lord, but it's severely weakened. Not really worth bringing to a fight. That's like a 4 or 5 shot Percy kill, so not even worth bringing into range. Crab is soon to be there, so that's going to be the front runner for Fukotia on that eastern side. Getting another crab. Looks like he's going to stop building crabs for now. Getting SMD. Does he notice something on Team 2 side of the map that I'm not aware of? Air grid. Air grid. Decent air grid. Really good air grid, actually, considering for Loki. Not as of yet, but looks like he wants to make sure he's protected in the anti-nuke realm to some degree. And then SMD on the way loaded here for Tenzi. Tenzi built his own experimental. It most likely is a chicken. Yes, it is. He's building it in front of my face, and I didn't see it. He's going for air grid as well, so he's trying to help out his teammate in air. Definitely a good move there. And, of course, as I always say, I love the splitting of the T3 air headquarters and the air grid. So if this goes up, Team 1 still has access to T3 tech. So it's not also a, let's target the T3 air headquarters and get a nice little AoE on the air grid. Nope. It's either air grid or headquarters, one or the other. Take your pick. You're not going to get both, essentially. Fatboy online for Team 2's Cunning Fox. That's not great. That's going to push back everything. Monkey Lord is now dead because of it. But Crab is slowly inbound, and Monkey Lord's Avenger is here. Bug inbound from Team. That's a very early bug for Team 2. And very surprising. I understand the desire to go for an air experimental. I get it. But why does it have to be that one? There's two other ones you could choose, and one of them is way more entertaining to watch send bombs or drop bombs, and one is entertaining to just watch fall out of the sky. This is neither of that. And ASFs try to go for the gunship, but they're not really going to get it. I mean, they do go for it, but Team 2 is going to get air control regardless out of that fight anyways. Does look like there is some AA in the mix here for Team 1's for Kotia. That crab is just not having a good day. I mean, land experimentals for Team 1 are just suffering this game. Percy v. Percy fight, but there's way more Percys for Team 2, and there's a Fatboy, so not great there. There is some flak in AA that shifted this way, but that doesn't last much longer in the face of that T4 gunship. ASF stacking up, just guarding that gunship as much as possible. Corsairs inbound for something. Maybe a snipe on the Fatboy. That's not enough to kill it. And don't tell me, yep, they are inbound, and yep, they are dead. Because those ASFs will wipe them out of the sky. There they go. Was a nice attempt, but doesn't really work out. The crab is going to make it home. Looks like the bug just wanted to dip out. Another stack of Corsairs are inbound, which actually, scratch that, they're not Corsairs, they're Janus, but they have the same icon as the Corsairs. They're the fighter bomber. That's what they are. Chicken and monkey fight over to the west. That's really only going to go one way, especially with the range advantage on the chicken. We do see a lot of bricks stacking up here for Kramer to assist the western side of the west, and on the eastern side of the west, it is Tensi. Don't get that confused at all. Eastern side over here for Team 1. Babel has the heavy shield online, has 5-star vet, so as tanky as can possible, it is Aeon sniper tank for Babel and trying to keep that frontline position alive, which he's doing pretty well on. Janus inbound do pretty much take out the shield almost for the Fatboy, but honestly, it's needed another squadron or set of those Janus. Had those first ones not been taken out by that ASF horde that was nearby, that would have probably been enough to maybe one-tap the Fatboy. It would have been close. But now we see the bug is over here to the west for Team 2, and the chicken is not going to have a good day. Autumn's help mop up the rest of those bricks. Team 1 will try to secure the reclaim. Again, there is a bug overhead, so that's a thing. And Team 1 hasn't prepped AA like Fukotia has in the south, so it's going to be a little bit in favor of Team 2's bug there. But there are some lightning tanks inbound, and there are some ASFs inbound. Ooh, nice engagement there. Gets in behind the bug, and the bug will die. ASFs will be just annihilated. Fukotia sends some in, wishing he didn't have to, but, wanted to send him in just in case it didn't happen. So there is that. 30 minutes on the clock here. Team 1 at 3 players left. Team 2 at 4, so advantage to Team 2 in that regard. Mass income, Team 1 is in the lead. Almost 2K. It's just teetering on 1.9 and 2, and Team 2 at 1.6, so at least 300 mass in favor of Team 1, but it's kind of rough numbers there. Map control, very fluid in the middle as it usually is, but let's just say 50-50 to make things a lot easier. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, because why not at this point, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate all the time and attention to each and every one of these videos. I really, really do. Babel in the east, pushing in all by his lonesome. Does have his base to fall back to, but again, as we've seen, a little bit dangerous to do that by yourself. 2 Fatboys online for Team 2. That's not looking good. It's not critical mass. Critical mass depends on the map, depends on the situation. Usually it's 3 to 4. Sometimes it's 5. Sometimes you really need just that much firepower, but usually when you start to hit 3 to 4 is when land armies are like, okay, see you, bye, and they're not going to engage at any point. Just it's not worth it. And you can see that eastern side is just collapsed. Lots of spam facilities. Decent amount of wall sections going to be opened up. Someone like to have some fun in MS Paint or something, because there are lines drawn all around this map for both teams, but mainly for Team 1. Cunning Fox builds an experimental. Most likely, yep, another Fatboy set is number 3. Again, like I said, it's starting to be a little bit dangerous for the Fatboy department here for Team 1 because of Team 2. Kramer eject. Kramer says Babel. Looks like he's having some lag issues, most likely. That's never good. So we'll see if he ends up departing or not. It is always unfortunate when someone departs because of an external issue. I never count those as kills. It sucks when it happens. We had it happen a couple days ago, a day ago. I can never remember which video is which at this point. At some point, there was a video that a couple players departed. Granted, the fact that a decent portion did just crash or whatever happened and the game didn't desync, very nice. Very, very nice. It was a fun game to cast, so hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Again, I think it's the one from yesterday, but I'm not entirely sure. It could have been Wednesdays or something. The nucleus charge? What? What does that mean? The nucleus charge? Oh, how much is it charged? It's over half, and it's going to nuke immediately from Team 2's Loki, going right for the space for Tensi. Yeah, it's not great. Does he have an SMD? He does. Is it loaded? Yes, it is. So it will be denied at a minimum. So nothing to worry about for now. Third Fatboy should be here shortly, unless it got diverted to other realms. Bug still... No, sorry, that's not same bug. Different bug online for Team 2. Where'd that Fatboy go? Did I just... Oh, there's one down here. Really taking its sweet time to move. Gun splash is done for Cunning Fox, so... it's an upgrade. It's not great. If he's not in any range of any comps, it's not that useful. Or units, it just isn't. But Team 1's for Kotia now possibly going to lose this this 5-star mix position. There are some forces inbound. 2 crabs. Now, if the crabs can get pretty close to the Fatboys, that would be enough. The only problem with this I see for Team 2 is because they're going at a angle here in order to get back. They have to go at that back angle. Team 1 doesn't have to travel as far. So eventually, if they don't get there soon enough, it's going to get caught up to. I think maybe this Fatboy, the western one, might get killed. But it just depends on how far Team 1's willing to push this. If they're able to push it far enough, they'll catch up. But I don't know. Looks like the forces are actually moving west. Some of them are moving west, some of them are moving east. It just kind of depends. Oh. So, remember what I said about those T2 strategic bombers, those Janus that I said they needed more of. So he heard me and said, okay, well, if I'm not going to produce more numbers of the thing, I'll just produce higher tiers of the thing. And he just one-tapped that Fatboy. Didn't probably have enough to one-tap the second one. Those bombers are going to get killed off very quickly by those ASF, but Team 1 will get a huge engagement, at least on Cunning Fox's ASF. It looks like Team 2 will still retain air control, but another set of bombers inbound from Tensi. I think these guys might be on comms, given the coordination between at least the two of them. One came in with bombers, and then 2 seconds later, the other one came in with a second set of bombers. The second Fatboy is now lost its shields, and it's just not going well for that thing. ASFs are holding position above it. There are ASFs inbound from Loki, probably trying to go after the bombers. Bombers will release another set of payload. There are some parashields now online, but nope, that second Fatboy is not going to live. So Team 2 lost both of its long-range firepower mobile factory nonsenses, which means Team 1 has the range on the ground, and there's 2 of them, and possibly soon to be third. Nope. Not going to be a third, at least as of yet. And actually, some of those bombers do make it out. Not that many, but some of them do make it out. Nuke is inbound, just like where it was going to go initially. Nuke is going to get shot out of the sky, but Strap Bomber's inbound for Tensi's comm. He's going to move. Most of the bombers impact the shield, at least the bombs themselves, not the bombers. But, ooh, that was definitely close. He did take some damage. Needs to probably go for advanced nano to make sure he doesn't just get wiped out like that once again, or possibly. But one bomber's not going to be enough to kill him. He's getting more shielding online. And so he's going to be fine, but definitely going to be worrisome about any sort of another attempt. So 3 Strap Bomber rushes, 2 for Fatboys, 1 for Comm. The Fatboys succeed. The Comm run does not Since he's like, why? Why me? What did I do? And even look at this. Look at this interesting setup here. Fakotia is actually, I didn't notice this before, but he's drawn a line of walls almost all the way across to the map, essentially saying, hey, if this northern side falls, you're going to have to go all the way to the west and then cut east to go after me. You can't just go straight unless they break the wall sections, which does take up APM, but still. This is a nice little, this is my side, this is your side, team. You stay on your side. Except for the air. I definitely like the air coming to his side, is what he's thinking. And we see one crab severely weakened. Team 1 has gained a lot of ground. They're pushing into Babel's frontline position. He is now pretty much retreated from that. We do see that Cunning Fox is on Nano Splash and Gun. So he can do a lot of damage. It is putting his comm at a heavy risk. Team 2 has the advantage in comms for now. There's no point in not using that. Granted, they have 2 Cybrins, so one of them could go Telemazer and be fine. Team 1 has Kramer and Fakotia who could go for Telemazer as well. We'll see if either of them will do it that way, but again, it is riskier for Team 1. And if Team 1 can get a kill or 2 out of it, that's a different story, but if it's not worth what you're taking out, if you die, it's not worth going for it to begin with. You know, taking out an air grid is nice, but if it's 2v4, let's say in this example, and you die, and you're on the team with 2, it's now 1v4. You killed an air grid, but now it's just your teammate left alive, and not a great scenario to be in. So you got to manage that risk, of course, with the everything that happens in this game. Fatboy now online for Fakotia. He's like, yeah, I can build Fatboys too. I have UEF tech, and now it's just going to be a Fatboy war in the East. Team 2 is producing more of them all the time. Team 1's Fakotia is producing them, and actually producing them pretty quick. Oh, nope, never mind. He's going to stop at 2, I guess. He's produced 2 Fatboys, 3 Fatboys, and he's called it a day. That is a decent amount. Babel is going to lose that base. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that at this point. He may retain some of the territory at the end of this engagement, but it's going to take him a while to rebuild that. Strat Bomber stacking up over the east or just kind of running around seeing what's up. I don't know why playing killed Kaleo. I don't know why playing. Oh, I don't know, because he wanted the kill? Oh, I see. He tried to go after... I mean, to be fair, Fakotia, he was going the other way, and I think he had stealth at the time at least, so he couldn't have seen him unless he had vision on him, so maybe he just didn't know where the comm was. D3 artillery has been spotted by Team 1, and no, it is not spotted by Team 1. It is talked about. Oh, it's going after Team 1. That's what it is. That's not great. That is definitely cascadable. Ooh, good thing it struck here because that would have been not great. More shots are inbound from the disruptor from Team 2's Loki. And he's gone for a second one as we speak. Ooh, part of that air grid goes down. These shield desperately needs to get online, especially that one. But the air grid is actually too... Well, it was pretty to watch, but that's gotta hurt. I was gonna say the air grid's too big for these shields to essentially cover all of it, is what I was trying to say, and then it blew up anyways, so it defeated what I was gonna say, because it's already dead. Fatboy being pushed back, almost dead, will die here. Team 2's Fatboy gonna survive. Cunning Fox is in the middle of it. Crabs are trained in on the comm. Percy's now firing at the comm, it looks like. That's not a good scenario to be in. He has nano, advanced nano at that. So 244 hit points a second regen. Colossus inbound, trying to probably draw some of that fire. Again, he has splash on board, so he can do a decent amount of damage with his comms main gun. But he's really taking a risk here, like I said earlier. One crab is down. The second crab is not enough to kill him. There's a couple of parashields, and now the Fatboys are shooting at him. So unfortunately, that second... Fatboy, the 2 Fatboys nearby will be enough to push back the Megalith and save Cunning Fox's comm. Again, definitely a risky move there. But he, again, might as well take a risk. Strat Bombers inbound, possibly going to go for the second Fatboy. Shields are down because of the loss in power from Focotia's air grid. And that's going to make it very easy to kill this Fatboy. It's going to be 4 bombs needed. Each bomb is 3,000 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, or maybe it's 2,500. I thought it was 3,000, but I could be wrong. It looked like 2,500. Anyway. Dead Fatboy, but that is a decent amount of dead strap bombers as well, so it's not without losses. But Team 2 does keep the calm of Cunning Fox alive. They keep all of their experimentals. Team 2 gained a lot of mass. They're going to try to scoop it up. Team 1's going to try to deny it, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Looks like SMD's now being targeted. Almost dead, I might add. Ooh, that would have been bad. That is Focotia's only SMD. Needs to get it back up online immediately. And, of course, like I said, the T3 air headquarters is fine off to the side. But I think it's not looking good for some things on his side of the map. But I think some things should be fine. Air is going to engage, maybe? No. I think Focotia maybe went for something as I scrolled away and then was like, I got to get out of there. Lots of shield. Oh, that's a thing. Yolona Oss coming online for Tensei, being heavily assisted by Focotia. So assisting the game editor. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Northern side of the map, another crab. Second artillery almost done. That's not great. So if Team 2 spots that yellow, it might be over for them. UEF, please, says Loki. And looks like he got an engineer, so probably going to build maybe shields, maybe. I would love to see a Mavor at some point. I haven't seen one all year so far. I say all year, but it's only been 2 weeks. Eastern side, you can see that shift in momentum just on full display here. Look at all the dead things. And Team 2 is not really losing a whole lot, so it's a huge, huge win. Western side, we see Focotia just hanging out. Definitely should get underneath some shields. That's not great stacking up there, but he needs just power immediately, and then he's going to start to shield and probably reclaim or rebuild his PGen grid. YOLO is at over 50%. Looks like the air grid for Tensei is being targeted. He's getting shields online. But again, there are 2 artillery pieces now online, so needs to get that shielding online sooner rather than later and keep it online for as long as possible. 3 experimentals plus a YOLO makes it, Yothotha makes it 4. I was going to say 3 Fatboys, but that was a parashield. There is the 3rd Fatboy back here, though. Like I said, Cunning Fox is just spamming those things out. He will not let go of his Fatboys, I guess. They are good ice cream sandwiches, so I do not blame him for not wanting to let those go. In the north, it's just essentially, like I've been saying for a while now, defense operations. Team 1 is trying to keep Team 2 at bay, but armies are stacking up. There's second crab inbound shortly. Decent amount of bricks. Decent amount of AA and missiles over here. The front lines for Team 1 are slowly collapsing. I think it's going to come down to just can they get the YOLO online and can they keep it? Now, if you have a YOLO online for a minute, it's not bad. 10 minutes, that's a different story. YOLO online for 10 minutes and you're launching nukes every 20 seconds. That's 30 nukes, 3 a minute. Now, all of them are probably not going to land, so let's say at least half. That's still 15 YOLOs. That's 1 for every base and then 1 for maybe every secondary base or army or something. Artillery installation, that sort of thing. Looks like satellites have been started by Loki as well, so he's going to try to help out. SACU standing next to PGens, make grid go boom. Also some mass fabs in there. Quantum gateway. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. And the YOLO almost gets hit. I don't think that is Team 1. I don't think Team 2 knows about it. No, they don't know anything about it. So that's the only thing keeping that YOLO alive. Oh, random shot. Hey, good to know that the shields on board the Continental can just take a shot. That's good to know. Eastern side, 1 Fatboy is dead. I don't know if that was one before or after. Looks like Chicken is down. A couple of Ravagers have been built. A couple of them being a lot of them. Looks like it's a lot of T3, T2 artillery. Mobile, at least, for the T3 department. Looks like it's T2 artillery. Oh, yeah, it's T2 artillery. And Fatboy is shifting southward. There's artillery being built down here, so it's just going to be a long, drawn-out war. And there goes Cunning Fox. He's back up into the green, full HP, almost at 5-star vet. He's probably going to get it here shortly. Shield is down for the Fatboy, but the Colossus is paving a way for said Fatboy. The only problem with this is there are Ravagers being spun up, and they do like to chew through Colossi hit points. So just one of those things. Fatboy, again, like I said, in range of the artillery. The artillery should be targeting the Fatboy more than they should be targeting that Colossus. And it looks like they are. Another shot, another shot. Couple more parashields inbound. Oh, barely alive. And the Colossi will take out the artillery and save the Fatboy's life. ASF over top will clear out this guy's at least around the comm of Cunning Fox. YOLO is now shielded up. Should have been shielded up 10 minutes ago. But YOLO is done and immediately going to load. Artillery raining in. Look how close it is. Look how close it is to that YOLO. I think Team 2 notices it. No, they don't really know what it is. It could be artillery, could be a nuke, could be whatever. First satellite is done, second one coming online. Another set of SACUs go down. That's never good for Team 1. Just more engineer or super engineers or RAS producing boys, one or the other, just losing whatever SACU is bad. More Ravagers being spun up, like I said, very quickly, I might add. Hit points dropping pretty quickly. Colossus at 83,000 mass killed. Doing very well for itself, I will admit. It is going to die here, but it's going to be one of those things where it cleared a huge section of Team 1's eastern side. Fatboy, like I said, still alive. Repped up back to half of its HP. 97,000 mass killed. And, of course, full shield. T3 Max is now being taken offline. Colossus is dead. Nuke is outbound. Now it's Team 1's turn to throw a nuke at somebody. And I wonder where it's... Oh, my. That thing is, you know... I make war on you specifically. I'd like to make that comment about I make war on you's name. Just it's like I make war on you specifically. Because it's you specifically. We do see the classic shield, the whatever is underneath it with mobile units and essentially mobile hover in the sky units being transports and whatnot. Good to see that still being a tried and true method of protection. Okay, Continental, I'm trying to get a nice little thumbnail shot here. Can you please not be a pain? Thank you. Oh, yeah, okay. One thing I will admit, in this situation, especially with the artillery the way it is, Pigeon's next door not super great. Kramer on the front line with cloaking and laser. He's trying to help out as much as he can with his comm. Don't think there wouldn't be an Omni in range because he would have been spotted by now. But YOLO, of course, does get shot down. This one has 2 anti-nuke missiles loaded. This one has 1, soon to be 2. So let's just say 2 more YOLOs, and that's depleted. Artillery raining in on Foucault's position. He takes a hit there. Not good. Another YOLO, so number 2. They need 2 more. 1 more to crack the other set of SMDs. Loaded, and then 1 to actually land. Team 2 will, of course, now know what's going on because they have vision on it. Comm of Tensies nearby needs to get underneath that shield coverage immediately. T2 artillery, P-gens, more shields, just build. They have super nukes, says Loki. Yup, they have super nukes. Second Fatboy now on the front lines. Prokotia's front line has collapsed. The second front line is starting to collapse, and he is going to be losing equal hand over fist. Team 2 in the lead, 1.7, 1.8 to 2.1. Not doing well in the net department, and yes, the artillery is now tasked onto that YOLO specifically. And it's loading decently quick. And, of course, there's pings constantly like, we got to go for it. And they will probably like, yeah, we know. Kramer being hit. He's going to be fine. Team 2 probably has a spy plane. Oh, there's the Omni. He's in visual range. Not visual. He's in radar range. YOLO. Did Team 2 really trying to nuke a comm? Did that? Wait. Wait. I gotta slow this down a little bit. Are you telling me Team 1 doesn't have an SMD in the area and the nuke landed short? Oh, that's not good. You had a nuke and you could have nuked the nuke and that would have been the end of it. And I think Team 2 would have won the game there. Ooh, that is not great. Ooh, that's a huge oversight by Team 1. But also, there goes Kramer. He was going to die at some point anyways because he was running into Team 2's army. But that nuke's going to... Oh, no. That's very disappointing. More shields are being built because some of them are going down. Yeah, there goes the nuke. Going to kill off some mass and a couple of engineers and maybe some wall section. But that could have been the YOLO. Very, very disappointing. Ooh. Loki's probably going to be... If he watches the replay, he's probably going to be like, oh, man, I just missed essentially a game-winning play. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, because that SMD right here is not wide enough to cover it. So that would have been oof. Oofda is what I have to say to that. Oof. Southern side of the map, it's just all-out bombardment. T1 bombers trying to delay the incoming Fat Boys. Colossus barreling down the front door. Tons of T2 artillery and T3 PD. Got to say the names right. And that's a lot of Ravagers, and that's a lot of now missing HP. Bombers over the top, just trying to weaken the shields for the artillery. ASF's inbound to clean up the skies at least a little bit. And there goes the nuke. Kaboom! And GG says Loki. I mean, it would have been GG for Team 2. And again, not trying to harp on them too much, but man, that was such a missed opportunity. There goes one artillery. There goes the second artillery. Will the satellite survive? Look at that. The satellite survived, so that is something. You'll keep one of those online. But the last of the artillery is dead for Team 2, unless somebody's building something else that I don't see. That's a Monkey Lord. More, just Fat Boys and more Fat Boys. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And here comes the YOLOing, and it is going to be beautiful, and it is going to be bad for Team 2. And there goes that. Ooh, nice double kill there on those Fat Boys. A little bit of the fire damage probably and artillery as well. This Fat Boy got way too close and needs to back up. All right, Fat Boys are known for their range, so keep them at range. That's what they're for. Keep moving them forward with Ravagers there. Not the best idea. And then Cunning Fox is like, yeah, that's probably a smart idea. It starts to back him up and now makes it a little bit easier for that artillery to hit him. And that's not going well as well. You see a crab in the east defending that position. This crab is actually retreating, but that's going to only go one way, of course. Kill, push, and calm with YOLO, says Kramer. I mean, no. Oh, and kaboom. That's the second YOLO to land. There goes a base for Cunning Fox. At this point, just take out all the bases. There's some point to try to kill a comp, but with a 2-4 advantage, it's a lot better to just force your opponents to leave the game, whatnot, than it is to just kill them off. In the reverse way, it's better for Team 2. I mean, they can do both, wipe everything out or kill both comms, but definitely it's one of the scenarios where for Team 1, just wipe everything out. You have the advantage with YOLO. It's going to hit right there. That SMD is loaded, so it's going to take one more, but once after that, there goes Cunning Fox's base. Then go after maybe Babel or somebody else, double dealer, then go after the secondary base locations and just strip the mass from Team 2. And then at that point, you don't have mass to build anything with. You don't have engineers pretty much to build the stuff that you need, so it's kind of just over at that point. Crab is dead for Team 2. Monkey Lord coming to assist with the brick elimination. There is an SMD over here just in case, but Team 2 doesn't have a YOLO. Well, they don't have a YOLO, but they also don't have a nuke or anything like that. So no really worries there in SMD department. But still, man, that was Oofda. Just missed opportunity there. Missed out. Because the only SMD that was built was the one in the middle of the base, which did cover the YOLO. But when the base went kablooey, yeah. And it could have been one of those things where Team 2 didn't know about it until after it was fired, because the satellite came in view, I think, after the YOLO was fired, after the the nuke was fired. So in that regard, yes, he didn't know, but man, it's just obviously full vision and whatnot. Yeah, it's just rough. So again, there is some like, hey, don't add Loki or anything. You know, it's definitely possible he just didn't. It wasn't on view. It wasn't on screen until, or on radar, or whatever the term, until after that satellite. Because when the satellite came over, when they're like, oh, they have a super nuke, so they didn't know about it till then, at least. Too much XP on north, can't help, says Double Dealer. And yeah, there are a couple experimentals on the northern side. YOLO is inbound. Babel is kind of. He should be. I don't know. He does have that heavy shield, so that might be enough to save him a little bit. But he's pretty close to that ring, so it might just be a singe at a minimum. He does take some initial damage, so that is something. We'll go back to the southern side in a minute, but kaboom, the SACUs are fleeing. There goes two more. And nope, it does grab Babel, so nice grab there by Focotia. Actually, no, that's Tensi, right? Yeah, it's Tensi. But Focotia did help out a decent amount, so with at least the building of the nuke, and actually the loading of the nuke as well. So it is a combined effort, that YOLO is. Southern side is being actually forced back now. Team 2 lost a lot of steam. YOLO, you need 9. No, you need 4 SMD. I know you're just being hyperbole and whatnot, but you need 4 SMDs that are decently assisted, and that's going to be enough. And that's if the YOLO, I think that's if the YOLO is decently assisted as well. If it's just passively loading, I think you only need 3. I mean, if you're going to build 3, you might as well build 4. Teleporter has been started for Double Dealer, so he's thinking about Telemazer. Maybe. We'll see if he ends up building it or not. Chicken on the front lines for, looks like that's Cunning Fox. Monkey, Crab Monkey. Focotia trying to keep Team 2 at bay. And this has always been a defensive position. It's always, yeah, there's a little bit of attacking going on, but it's more of a delay than anything else. Wall sections are being knocked out. I guess out of accident. And that chicken... Wait, what that? I don't even know what that was. Stealth package. Team 2 is attacking now straight down the middle, going directly for the YOLO. Cut out the middleman in the south. Just go full send it and try to kill that thing. Strap bomber should be inbound. Artillery should be inbound. Something should be inbound. YOLO taking out over here. Kaboom! Or YOLO taking out stuff over here. Donut is soon to be online for Cunning Fox. It's going to be a minute or so, but he'll start construction on that. And bricks, to be fair, are getting pretty close. There is that, ooh, that chicken's right there, and it's pretty healed up. Oh, but Team 1 has a lot of artillery. Ooh, essentially the first set of volleys from the artillery wipe out 25% of its HP. Bricks are inbound. Chicken is like, oh yeah, I've lured you into my trap. Dealer, you need new PC, man. Dealer's like, me no, says Tensi. Laughs at the me no comment. Or Tensi's probably like, I also need one. I need a new mobile one. This laptop's pretty old that I'm working off of. So the one at home is amazing. So I'm only going to be on this one for a little bit longer, and then I'm back home, and then I'll have a couple of days home, then I'm back on a work trip. It is the problem with, having a 9 to 5 is sometimes that 9 to 5 tells you that, hey, we need you to travel somewhere. And yeah, I don't have the best PC in terms of traveling because I don't want to spend the money for it because I spend a bunch of money on the PC that I use for gaming and whatnot, which I guess this is also gaming, but in a different sense. Anyway, tangent. We do see attack in the north and in the east. There's a monkey and a crab. The Ion Storm is activated, but it's pretty much out of range. Fatboy, I don't think he's going to get anywhere close if that battery of T2 artillery is any indication. Another YOLO. Okay, well, there's that. A classic case of the fire a nuke at close range and hopefully we don't hit ourselves with it thing. But that's a lot of artillery. I mean, that's a lot of it. It's up and down. Those are up downs, is what we like to call them. Nice YOLO hit. Ooh, monkey essentially instantly defeated just because of the damage left. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, that's a big kaboom. That's a big yikes. Crab is gonna die. Sorry, Crab. You're just taking unnecessary damage at this point. Look at the HP on that thing just get absolutely shredded. How is the thing not dead yet? I guess it's not gonna die. Huh. I feel like it was in range of that nuke. How is that thing not dead? And it's dead now, but it wasn't dead a moment ago. Gun done for Double Dealer. He has laser and teleporter online. Guess he needs more P-gens in order to assist with the power constraints. Oh, yeah. Desperately needs more power. I don't... It's all T2 artillery with a decent amount of T2 PD. So, oh, there's more back there. So, teleporting in is not an option. Sniper shot inbound with some missiles. There's a couple of missile launches on the front line for Cunning Fox. They haven't broke through the shield as of yet. And those one or two groups of Percies or bricks or whatever, that's not going to be enough. You need to stack everything up and just send it. 1 or 2s or 5s at this point. Not worth it. You're wasting mass at that point. Donut is inbound. That won't destroy the YOLO by the crash damage, but it could be enough to open a door for something, but I just don't think that's going to be enough. Look at the boom, boom, booms. Boom. And then dead stuff down there. Those are calm deaths, or what those are. Then you got another one up there. You got an explosion there. Tons of SACU deaths over there. It's just destroying the environment piece by piece. Chicken is charging. It's going to kill that Fatboy. We do... Oh, Cunning... Oh. Cunning Fox is coming into range. Oh, he's going to drop right here. Is he going to walk the distance? I don't think that's going to work. Team 1, I mean, they see the comm. So it's not going to be a surprise. We have a satellite over top, of course. Is that same one? Yep, that's that same one. That's still alive. Oh, they're going to take out... looks like more AA, it looks like. And Nuke is outbound once again from the YOLO. Where is it going? It's going for this base. SMD will knock it down. So no issue there. Will Double Dealer teleport in or not? He just probably needs more and more power, it looks like. But those Percies and other units are slowly getting there. Oh. There's a lot of inbound stuff. Plants versus Zombies. I mean, there is some credit to that statement, to be fair. I don't know. If I could show it very well, I might make that the name, like the thumbnail text or something, but it's just one of those things where it's really hard to get that to be, shown in terms of, the crabs and the bricks and the Fatboys and the whatnot. Ooh, the Cunning Fox comm is not doing well. Not YOLO, but did that just... Oh, did it kill the YOLO? No, it did not. Crash damage is not the end-all be-all, but it did take out a lot of stuff around it. Although it doesn't kill it. Yeah, we knew that. That they nerfed crash damage a while ago. And there goes Cunning Fox. Teleporter is inbound. And he gets insta-kill. That did not work. So that is technically a double kill for Team 1. Dropping this game to a 2v1. I'm sorry, Double Dealer, but that has got to hurt. Okay, so the satellite should be taking out the emitters. Should have taken out the emitters. Just, again, food for thought, all that stuff. Just definitely should have taken out the emitters. Yep, they get pinged. Like, you should be taking out those first. Both Tensi and Focaccia both out of shield coverage. Now they're not. and kind of just hanging out. Team 2 has been pushed back now in the east and, of course, in the north. And those, did that get creeped a little bit? Is that really the range of artillery? It seems a little. No, actually, no, just barely in range. So, yeah, that was actually in range. Huh. I definitely know missile launchers have better range than that. But it does not look good here for Team 2. Down to the last play of Loki. Doesn't have much going for him. He's building more P-gens. Teleporter is started for him as well. Of course, now Team 1 has a bunch of mass they can scoop up. Are they repairing the thing? Or they just... No, they're still assisting it. Yep, that's what they're doing. Repping it up, getting 50 HP a second, so slowly regenerating health. Another YOLO is outbound. And at this point, unless the YOLO gets killed in the next couple of minutes, Team 1 wins the game. And MVPs, I'm just going to say this outright, it goes to the both of them. Just look at the... I mean, technically Foucault might get MVP just a little bit more because the defense on the eastern side was super crucial. And the assistance going for that YOLO, it was out sooner. More nukes were out sooner. More stuff was killed sooner. It essentially put Team 2 very much on the we got to go, 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 go. And it was kind of working for Team 2 on the southern side with Cunning Fox, but it just got noped by the just defensive nonsense that is the UEF PD. And I think the artillery was... Well, there's some T2 PD in there, tons of Gunthers, and they're still firing. There's so many of them. Oh, look, some artillery did break through. Percy's are stacking up there. Probably not a good place to sit. Not that much artillery in range, but, you know, it's something. So at Overtop actually gifted back over to Loki because it was originally his. Then he gifted it to Double Dealer. Then it went back to him. So it's kind of been shifting hands a couple of times. Satellite, not able to pierce the shielding. More artillery just kind of hanging out. There's a Fatboy in there as well. Didn't even see that. 54 minutes on the clock here. And YOLO missile outbound once again. I feel like I'm going to just sit it in wide view like this because, I mean, the only thing at this point that Team 2 can do is literally just take the YOLO out. The longer it's online, the more nukes. The more nukes, the better Team 1's position is going to be just because there's more nukes and less stuff on the map for Team 2. So it's just not a great scenario for Team 2 to be in. Are they going to try to snipe the comm with the YOLO? That'd be very... Because it's a little bit south. He actually teleports down there. Is he just doing short jumps? He's just... Well, he just has he doesn't have laser. He just has teleporter. And that is going to fall a little bit short. Could have taken out this position, but wants to take out just as much as possible, I guess. Just make Loki suffer at this point. I mean, like I said, the game is... It's not going well. Scathis has started. That is something, to be fair. I just don't know. I mean, to be fair, Loki's not giving up. He's going to continue to fight. But I just don't think it's enough. I just don't think he has enough on the field. Had he already had the Scathis, maybe he had a couple more satellites. Like, if there was other stuff on the field currently for Team 2, that'd be different. But Team 1's just going to point, death, point, kill, and then just call it a game there. And that is now going for this base. Yeah, it's just going to be the slow demise. But Percy's are making a charge. Don't know if they'll get far. There is some Fatboy fire. Of course, all of the T2 artillery fire inbound. It's not going to be near the YOLO, and there's so much PD. Good luck. There is probably a world where Team 2 won this game for sure, but we are not living in that world, so unfortunately for Team 2. Look at all the red circles. That's all Gunther fire. So much T2 artillery fire. Look at that. Look at the nonsense. Look at that. Just do. It's like a machine gun with artillery. And it's not great. Oh. Oh, explosion happens somewhere. Those. Oh, I hit the button again. I did the thing again. And those donuts might. If they can reach the target, that will be enough. Stay on target. Stay on target. Stay on target. One of them is down. Second of them is about to go down. No, that's not going to be enough. It is not enough, unfortunately. You needed essentially all three to kill it. 716,000 mass killed. Oh, that is rough. That's a lot of dead stuff. Lands on top of the Fatboy too. Takes the. Oh, actually, no. He needed really 4 or even 5. Well, no, they're not crap. It's just, 10% extra hit points for 30% extra because it's technically a unit. So I can do. Oh, well, it does gain. It does gain veterancy. Yeah. And HP and whatnot. So that doesn't help. There's also the whole, there's still some shielding still online, so it cushions a little bit of the fall. If he had all 3, that probably would have been a different story. Probably been very close, but it was a nice attempt. It was a nice attempt, but like I said, that's more. Oh, look, there's one more over there. T1 Labs online, countering Zooey because why not? Nice mech marines running around. Another YOLO missile was outbound. It's going for this. I mean, it's just killing everything. Any Pigeon, any mass fab. Not a lot of the mexes, though, for some reason. Just all the, more expensive, power-hungry facilities, which is a good and bad thing. Because that means he has a little bit more power, but he's also losing a lot of his power because that's what's producing his power. So, yeah, you're taking a hit, but it's not that much of a hit. 2,500 to 1,500, so that's positive 1,000. So overall, he's going to lose 1,000, but he's also going to gain a little bit more power back in the form of all these T2s going down. And, of course, just 10,000 power down there. I don't think he'll have enough power to teleport. Oh, he does teleport at the last second. He keeps jumping back and forth, but he's not really doing much with his teleporter. He's just trying to make the game go as long as possible. Yeah, he's drowning in mass. He's barely positive in power. Another attempt is inbound. Like I told, not like I told, but like I said earlier, so much artillery, more shields are being built. They're being repaired as we speak. More AA, more shielding, more just everything. Stop torturing us. You torture me, says Loki. It looks like this might be revenge or, whatever from another match at some point. Another nuke is outbound from the YOLO. So it's just not going great. Stupid nuke, says Loki. Is there still not an SMD around that YOLO? Okay, when was the comment that I made about the nuke that didn't land because of the SMD that wasn't there? Or they landed up here that could have gone after the YOLO. There has not been a SMD on that YOLO position for probably 30 minutes. Maybe at least 25, maybe, or 20, whatever the number's been. All Loki has had to do is notice there isn't an SMD, go, hey, there is an SMD, build a nuke, and then fire it. And then he probably would have maybe killed one of them, maybe both of them, and that would have been game. So this goes down to a lack of, he just isn't seeing it because he sees everything that's here. There are some stealth field generators in the mix there. There is that, or at least there was at one point. There's more being built up there, to be fair, but there is no SMD. The closest one is over here, and it's been ignored by those Percies that easily could have one-tapped it. Yeah, this is not going anywhere. So food for thought, everybody. Do you have an SMD in your base? If not, build one. If your opponent doesn't have an SMD and you can build a nuke, maybe build a nuke and fire it just in case, because you never know, because you could win the game with one nuke. Speaking of, Nuke is online once again, or not online again, but it's firing. Scathis over to the top is being built. SMD's being spammed. This one's going over here. It's just going to be a clean sweep. It's just going to be essentially knocking out piece by piece everything that Loki owns until either Loki leaves the game or dies, or his game crashes, or somebody's game crashes. Because at this point, if a DC happens, I'm still voting it for Team 1. It's just the thing. But to be fair, in Loki's defense, he is building some missile launches back here. So that is the thing. So is there another YOLO outbound? Thank you, announcer, for saying my name. I appreciate it. I am detected. Thank you. I am present. Almost like every time that thing is said, my ego gets just a tiny bit bigger. Just a little bit. Not a lot, just a tiny smidgen. And I mean, he's loading it. Does he have a lot of mass? Yeah, he has the mass. Doesn't have as much power, though. But he has the mass for it at a minimum. Yeah. Oh, he's been spotted, it looks like. Oh, please tell me that he's going to be YOLO'd. Oh. He's going to try to teleport. Does he get... Oh, honestly, he might actually get away. Oh, this is going to be close. Okay, let's slow it down a little bit. There comes the YOLO. Here comes the YOLO. Minimap, please move. Oh, there he goes. Oh, that was very close. Missiles are outbound because why not? And he gets out of it. He teleports just a tiny smidgen away. Furkota is like, yeah, you got out of there. That's funny. I mean, credit where credit is due. We got out of there. And Scathis is now online. Oh, of course. Just kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Kaboom, 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 kaboom. Kaboom. I think I got all of them. Kaboom. 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 There we go. I think I got all of them now. Oh, and then kaboom. And then kaboom. Wanted to make sure I got all the kabooms in there because I'm distracted covering everything else. Honestly, not as much shield coverage on this northeastern side. There are some shields that have been planned, but not really there. T1 bombers over top. Loki's trying to teleport again. Could maybe do tele GC. With what? He doesn't have much of anything at this point. He needs to build SACUs, build them up, and then sacrifice play. It's going to take him a while. Yeah, it would just get nuked. T1 bombers. He's not going to get out of there. Boom. There he goes. Yeah, it was definitely a GG. Very good game, but unfortunately, bro has Scathis and dies to T1 bombers. I mean, it was a little bit of a silly game, but it was still a fun game, I think, nonetheless. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really do appreciate it. As I said before, Tensi and Furkota definitely get MVPs, but I think if I had to choose between the two, Furkota, his defense on the eastern side, especially with losing 2 players earlier on, got all that mass, was heavily pushed back, back and forth a little bit, and then pushed back again. Helping build the nuke was very, very important. That's essentially what Team 1 relied on to win the game. If it wasn't for that, Team 2 was probably going to win it. So that is how the game unfolds. And like I said, Noah still, after 1 hour and 1 minute, granted there was an SMD at some point, but whenever that died, there was not a new SMD here. So heavily unfortunate for Team 2 not noticing that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see all of you in the next one.